All right, so welcome everyone to mobility and flexibility. So this is one of our more relaxed classes. Don't expect your heart rate to go up with this class. If your heart rate does go up, then we might need some time to focus on our fitness and using our other classes. But other than that, so we have one new individual, Joseph, welcome. And then the rest of you are returners. I appreciate you coming back. But yeah, we'll get this started. So again, this class, just kind of pumping all of our muscles, moving all of our joints as much as we can. And of course, if you guys have any requests, you guys want to work on your shoulders a little bit more, on your hips or on your back, whatever it is, we'll touch up on everything. But if you want to spend a little bit more time, just let me know in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know. So sound good? Okay. Yesterday, I did check my microphone settings, and I guess it was, for some reason, it was down to like 60%. So I just want to confirm, and can you guys hear me loud and clear right now? Can anyone confirm?
Much better today.
Okay, all right, yeah, that was definitely on my end. I checked yesterday, so thanks, since when. So yeah, great. So let's get this started. So again, we'll get started with some jaw movements. So again, for our jaw, we're gonna open up our jaw as wide as we can while maintaining that jaw open. We're gonna look up and we're gonna shut our jaw from bringing our chin towards our nose. And we should feel a nice stretch here at the bottom of our neck, okay? So you guys are ready? Let's go ahead and start with that. So we'll do about 10 to 12 of those. So go ahead, each one should take you about 5 seconds. Okay. And stretch out that neck. Also working on the skin underneath our chin. And make that a little bit tighter. Very good. Right, next what we're gonna do is just work on some diaphragm work and also on our cheeks. So for this one, we're gonna inhale about maybe 3 to 4 seconds through our nose, then exhale through it. We're gonna make a small little windpipe for our lips and exhale through that. Try to exhale for about 5 to 8 seconds so you're really releasing everything we have inside. So, all right, we'll do about 10 of those as well. So. As you're doing that, you should feel your abs contracting, getting a little bit firmer. Okay, about 3 more. Last one. Very good. Awesome. Okay, next we're just gonna work on some palpation movements, so some gentle touching of our skin. So we're gonna just draw some soft lines using maybe our index fingers from the end of our eyes to the end of our lips, just soft lines, and just promoting some light blood flow to that area. We don't want to go too hard because that could damage some of the skin here around our eyes, really sensitive skin around there. A couple years ago, I had some, I think I was working, I don't know, about 70 hours a week. This was several years ago, and I had these huge eye bags. So my sister recommended, wearing this cream. You put it around your eyes. Let's go from our earlobes to the end of our lips. So you can go with kind of the pointing fingers for this one. And you guys probably already know this, but she was mentioning to me how you got to use the soft part of your pinky or your index fingers to apply those creams because you can't go too rough on that area. So I don't know, I guess some beauty technique she told me about. I don't know how accurate that is, but ever since then I've done that with well, when I use that cream, I don't gain a little better sleep now, which is hard to believe with Julian, but yeah, back then it was bustling through a lot. Very good. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and blow up our cheeks full of air, and we're just gonna palpate. Again, palpate just means soft touch with the knuckles. Okay, so puff up those cheeks and just circular motion, try to palpate that. Release that air. All right, now we're gonna do a similar movement, but now we're gonna puff up one cheek and then hold it there, expand that cheek with that air, and then transfer it to the other cheek. So almost like, when little kids are having water in their cheeks and they're switching it back and forth, pretty much doing that, but with air, okay? So you might feel some pressure, it might not feel the best, but again, we're trying to expand the muscles and the skin and the cheeks. So that's what we're gonna do that. So again, just puff up and transfer. Just go back and forth, trying to hold it for a couple seconds each time. All right, and that could become a little bit tiresome around that area. So just keep that in mind. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and start with our neck stretches. Okay, so some of these we do almost every day on our warm up. So let's just look left to right. And again, if you guys enjoy this class, I know a lot of us do. This is probably one of my favorite classes that I lead. But if you like this class and don't want to work out or get a sweat too much, you're welcome to join, every day or every class that we have because we do have a warm up. It's usually about 12 to 15 minutes long. So you can always just join for the warm up and get your stretches in, and then you can head out if you like. But that's always an option if you love this class. Up and down. And now we're going to do gentle neck circles. Just bring our head around our shoulders, our upper back, back to our shoulders, so upper chest, our chin. And, for this evening's class, we actually won't be meeting. I don't know if any of you are planning on coming for this evening's class, but we won't be meeting this week. We'll start next week. Let's keep that in mind. And I think I might start throwing my videos back up on YouTube. So, sometimes these videos, like yesterday's workout, I really like. So I threw it up on YouTube. So yeah, I know last semester, most of the videos I would just send a link, but I'll continue sending the link, switch directions. It's just this time it might be a YouTube link if I happen to upload that video. That way we can always go back and check those out and look at it. So. Good morning, Milena. Very good. Now we're going to go ahead, sit on our left hand. That's going to keep the shoulder fixed. Right arm comes across or over, grabs on that left ear, and let that weight of that right arm pull on that left side of your neck. By sitting on your hand, that shoulder isn't going to lift. So. Again, good morning, everyone. Joseph, Swin, Ursula, Ryan, Terry, Debbie, Alexis, Lisa. Anyone sore from yesterday? We'll switch. It's going good. Woke up and my shoulders were a little sore from yesterday's workout. All right, so got a good stretch just now. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and grab the back of our head and then lean forward. So drop that elbow forward. All right. Okay. Next one that we're going to do is going to be the turtle stretch, which is shoulders are back. Okay, and we're just going to lean forward, ahead, bring our chin to our chest, and then out in front of us. Very good. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to move up to some shoulder work. Okay, so here we're just going to start off with shoulder lateral raises. Lateral raises. Just adjust my fan. It's a little warm in here. Okay, now we're gonna go forward. All right, very good. Now we're gonna work on that right shoulder. Okay, so we're gonna bring our arm up and we're just gonna drop that fist forward. Okay, so keeping that shoulder, that elbow, or that elbow elevated, that shoulder's right there. Okay, if you guys do want the video to maybe do it later or do this session again, just leave your email address on the chat. Okay, let's switch. Tomorrow, same time, we have cardio and core. Tomorrow, get ready to sweat. Get your heartbeat up. Very good. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do some tiresome. So before we do another tiring one, we're going to just tuck in our right elbow, do some door openers. Work on some shoulders up here. Switch. Now we're going to go ahead, have our arms here in this manner, and then close them and out. You should feel this on your upper back as well. And we're just pretty much giving our body a little tune-up, make sure things are moving correctly. Just gonna loosen up those shoulders. All right, then now we're gonna do some shoulder press motions. So again, just here, up. Very good, awesome. Okay, so now we did these shoulders. So now we're gonna go to our elbows. Okay, our elbow joint. So for this one, we're just gonna go. I don't know what I'm turning. We're just gonna go bicep curls right here. And a lot of these movements are the same movements you would be doing at the gym, but with actual weight. So like if I was, if my goal was to go to the gym and do a shoulder workout, all the shoulder movements we just did, I try to get most of those in before my actual workout, just warm up that shoulder. Let's go cross curls. And just here. Okay, now we're gonna go reverse curls. Okay, so now my palms are facing the camera. I'm going down. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna work on our forearm. Okay, so the way we're gonna do that is just have your arm, your wrist overhanging past your knee. We're just gonna push down gently without irritating any tendons or muscles. Of course, if you've had some wrist injuries in the past, just be careful and be mindful with these. Just trying to push down. So this is probably as far as I could go with no assistance, and then I could push down a little bit more if I use my other hand. That's just stretching out the tendons. Okay, so now I want to push with my hand this way up, and then with my other hand, I want to push down. Okay, so I'm getting some force there. I'm gonna switch hands. Stretch first. Okay. All right, very good. All right, we're just going to do some wrist circles. So again, just gently. Again, just want to be careful if you have some joint pain in that wrist area. Just try to move them in every direction as possible. I believe there's about 20 something bones in our hands and our wrist. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to work on our right hand first. So bring each fingertip to the center of your palm. When you do it individually, to sometimes identify, lack of control, identify lack of range of motion, maybe pain, a certain knuckle or a certain finger. So it's good to do certain movements individually as well right now. Okay, once we've done that, let's make a fist, open. Did anyone recognize any tenderness or lack of range of motion, or maybe a finger wasn't moving like it's supposed to? Everyone feeling pretty healthy. And then switch. Chance. Yeah, so my right hand, I had stitches several years ago on the knuckle. So yeah, so that pinky on my right hand, sometimes when it's cold, for sure, it gets irritated, and it has it's lacking some range of motion as well. So okay, now let's bring every fingertip. Let's make a fist and open. I try to take a little break about every 20 minutes, so I'll take a little break shortly. All right, very good. All right, let's take a 90-second, 2-minute rest. So bathroom break, water break, we'll regroup in 2 minutes. Welcome back. Just gonna check the chat. Okay. All right. So we'll transition down to our hip now. Okay, so we're gonna be doing is hip openers. Let me just lower the camera a little bit. So we're gonna start transitioning to lower body. So we're here. So hip openers. It's gonna go in, down. Trying to keep our torso facing forward. Now we're going to bring that leg out and just hold it for about 20 seconds or so. Again, if it's just relaxed here, it might collapse forward. So that's why we use our hands to stretch it out a little bit more. You might get more of a stretch if you're sitting near the front of the chair. And now, the backrest doesn't prevent you from stretching it out even more. Go back. And then do hip openers to the left side. Okay, let's go on with that stretch now. Morning, Karina. Morning, Miss Coco. Push away, keep that stretch. One is closest to 90 degrees right here within our knees. Okay. All right, awesome. So now we're going to go ahead and do my favorite stretch of all time, performance stretch. Gonna bring our right heel on that left knee. Sometimes this could be too much. And if it is too much, what you could do is just try to hold it up with your hands as long as you can. So if you get tired, then just get a little bit of rest. So we're gonna do just regular here for about 30 seconds, then push down on that knee for another 30, and then bring that knee out for 30. So we'll spend about 90 seconds on each side. All right, let's push down on that knee or lean towards it. Bring that knee up. All right, let's go with the left leg now. Okay, just resting here. You should feel that stretch, that piriformis area. Push down. And if you've had sciatic nerve issues, this stretch should help with that. And if you haven't, this stretch should help prevent that as well. So let's bring that knee up. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna just sit near the edge of the chair, recline back, try to lift that knee. We're gonna hold it with our hands. Then we're just gonna do some leg extensions here, stretching out the calves, the hamstrings. So we're gonna do one hamstring at a time, maybe about 12 to 15 leg extensions. And if you feel like it's loosening enough and it's getting easier, try to bring that knee a little bit higher. Switch. Okay, awesome. So that's going to be the hamstring leg extension. Okay. So we're gonna just lower the camera a little bit, and we're gonna do work on our ACL and our MCL. So we're just gonna try to elevate our leg a little bit and then just kind of swing it like at one of those old clock towers or tower clocks. Not sure what the name is, but again, we're trying not to move this upper part of the leg, just trying to move the lower part, and it's gonna work on our LCL, which is here, and our ACL. So not a lot of movement going on, but we do want to work on those tendons. Has anyone ever damaged their ACL, MCL, LCL, or PCL? There's 4 CLs in there. If you ever played soccer or basketball, I'm sure you maybe had a friend.
I did, Malena.
Malena, you did?
Yeah,
ACL, or do you remember? Switch.
my Achilles tendon, is that your ACL?
No, your Achilles is down here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Then
ACL
no.
would be in the front of that knee.
But I did break my knee once.
Oh yeah. There you go. Was that from a fall or?
Yeah, I was walking my dog and all of a sudden she started running and pulled me down.
Yeah, my mom had an incident like that, but she landed on her chest and I think maybe fractured or strained something around her clavicle. So, okay.
That's serious.
Right. Yeah, it's not fun. So, all right. So now we're gonna go ahead with some heel raises. Okay, don't mind my different socks. So, go.
I was gonna say, I love your socks because that's how we wear them in this house.
Yeah. Yeah, we now with the baby, there's always, I feel like the washer is always going. So I feel like all the socks get separated and can't find them now.
I started just buying black socks.
See, yeah. See, that's what I started doing. But a few years ago when I was working those 70 hours a week, I was working at a running shop. And they had these fancy socks. So like some of these are some of those fancy socks. And each of those pairs were like $15 for one pair of socks. So I won't toss them because they were pricey. So now I just have one or the other. But yeah, I started getting black socks and yeah, so not afraid to lose them. Let's go with toe raises now. Yeah, I remember in college, a lot of my friends would get their socks from Costco. They have that variety color pack. I'm sure you've seen them, like the assorted colors and rainbows, and so everyone on the team just had mismatched color socks, like pink and orange, pink and red, black and blue, and so it was fun.
When I was a kid, I used to love to wear like a red and blue sock or blue and red sock or blue and green sock. And my mom would get in these huge fights with me. And I said, Mom, it's popular. It's what all the kids are wearing, which of course it wasn't. This was in the 70s.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I had to have like something a little different about me.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
my mom just got so mad at me.
Yeah. Let's go with their ABCs.
To this day, I always have a different. In fact, right now I have a black sock and a white sock on right.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, my wife was making fun of me, and she took a pic. Well, I mean, my outfit too. Like I have a blue shirt that's matching that one random sock, and I have gray shorts. She was asking me if I was gonna wear a blue shoe and a gray shoe too.
I always have the same brand of shoes, but varying colors.
Okay.
One day, my husband used to work in the middle of the night at the airport. So I used to like get dressed in the dark. And one day I went to school I used to teach high school, and I had one brown shoe and one black shoe on. I had no idea. And the teacher next door brought in a laser pointer and said, "Hey, what do you do when a kid brings in something like this? Do you like confiscate it?" Like, I don't know. He was just like a teacher who always came into my classroom. And I was like, you know what I would do if I found one of those? And he's like, I'd throw it on the floor and I'd stomp on it. And when I stomped my foot down, all of a sudden I felt cold air on my toes. And I'm like, I thought that I was wearing 2 solid toe shoes. And then I looked down, and the whole class at the exact same time, everyone looked at my feet and everyone busted out laughing.
Oh, man.
So funny.
So you have an open-toed shoe and a closed-toed shoe?
Yeah, they were the same height because I always wear the same brand.
That's funny.
But they looked exactly the same, except for one was like brown and closed-toed, and one was black and open-toed, or vice versa. I can't remember now, but it was so funny.
That is funny.
That used to happen to us in the corporate world all the time, that people would come in with mismatched shoes, or they'd have a brown pinstripe jacket with a blue pinstripe skirt.
Oh, man.
You know, because you get dressed in the dark and you had all your business suits all lined up in the closet.
That is funny. Let's go ahead and find a golf ball, or I have a rugby ball. Lacrosse ball. Or if you have a water bottle or a canned good, let's go ahead and get that. We're gonna work on our arches now. Okay. Give you guys a few seconds to look for that. All right, so we're gonna just go back and forth.
This is the part of the class that drives my dog crazy. She's like staring at the ball like, why aren't you throwing that thing?
That is funny. All right, let's switch. All right, so let's go ahead and remove our socks. Okay, remove those socks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, grip the sock, lift it up, drop it, try to fix it, straighten it out. If you don't have socks, you grab a small towel, a small rag. Again, we're lifting, drop. Yeah, Terry, you were just talking about suits, and I'm not a huge suit person. I think since I was little, I never really liked button-up shirts. So, especially that top button that goes around the neck, I feel like I'm getting choked for a long period of time by some little hands. So I have, the last time I had a suit measured up was about 6-7 years ago. And about 6-7 years ago, let's switch. I was also about 20 or 30 pounds less than what I weigh now. So I have a wedding next month in July, and I'm afraid that suit isn't going to fit me. So one of these days I have to go try it on and see if I just need to upgrade my I guess the top part of the suit, or if I need to just get a whole new suit in total. But I've been dreading start putting that suit on because I'm hopeful I'm gonna lose weight in the next month, but at this point I don't think I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. So I might just have to go get a new suit.
Well, and it might be that your muscles are more developed in your torso and upper arms now too. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to get it on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've noticed that, you know, when I would gain weight, it was typically around my waist. But now a lot of my pants aren't fitting around this area, around the thighs. And I'm pretty confident it's because I've been doing more squats now. So it's one of those things where I'm happy, you know, with like I guess my gains. But yeah, most of my clothes was also when I weighed 140, 150 pounds, and now I'm close to 180. So might be time to start shopping again. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead, keep the sock right in front of right under your foot, your heels planted, and we're gonna grab it and bring your sock close to your heel as possible, and then push away. And again, for this one, you're not lifting your heel. And you're just keeping that heel down. And this is for arch. So if you happen to walk barefoot a lot, which I think I mentioned, if you have arch issues or Achilles issues, you should not be walking barefoot too much because, again, that could cause issues, or it's not going to help that body part get any better. So yeah, but again, this will help regardless if you have arch issues or if you don't. This will make your arches stronger. I actually have these sandals here that I've been using. I've had those for about 6 years, but I like them because within it there's an insert, you know, a support system. So so I wear those a lot. So.
What brand is that?
They're called Spenco. So yeah, so you could almost see like some of the insert underneath it. But yeah, so it has these plates and on the bottom, sorry if they're a little dirty, but you could see it has this like bubble, the center too. So it's a little metatarsal pad. So sometimes you can buy those, and you've probably seen them like Dr. Scholl's or at the pharmacy, these like little triangles that you would put on within your shoes to kind of provide support. So that's kind of what those have. Yeah, they've been great. You know, I've had them for several years now. So, okay. All right, let's go. So now we're gonna work on upper body. So if you have a broomstick, if you have a big foam roller, let's go ahead and grab that and give you guys 2 minutes to find that. And we're gonna work at shoulder stuff, and then we'll finish off with some back stuff. So give you guys a couple minutes, get some water, find your equipment.
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Louie, welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our shoulders. I was trying to look for these other sandals that I had. I think I've shared before. They're called UFOs, and it's just a very high cushion shoe or sandal, and it's supposed to be more of a recovery, so almost like that feeling that you're walking on clouds. But you know, it wouldn't provide much arch support. So that's the one thing. You know, if we're looking back into, you know, I know Skechers have some really soft shoes, or other brands have really. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Hoka's, but that's another high cushion shoe, and you got a distinct support with cushioning, because cushion is still going to allow that arch to collapse. If you know, and your arches on your feet need to be supported sometimes. So you'll get orthotics. So orthotics are made to keep that arch elevated, and soft shoes allow that arch to collapse. So just be mindful when you're shopping for shoes that you don't confuse, you know, I guess cushioning for support, because they're completely different. So just some little advice there. So let's go ahead. I have my foam roller here, go left to right. And I'm pretty flat footed, so I only use those high cushion sandals when I'm indoors or after a run. My feet are aching a little bit, but I try to use the more supportive sandals throughout the day. Right, left, focus on that left shoulder. All right, let's go 30 degrees forward. $60 degrees forward. Right, 90 degrees, right in front of you. All right, now we're gonna go back. All right, now focus on that right shoulder. And again, there is time to some running classes. If you have more time, more free time throughout your day, you want to run some classes, there's still time. I believe most of my classes are good. I think maybe my Wednesday evening class, I think once we get one more person in, we'll be kind of like that safe zone. So still looking for someone. But again, plenty of classes, not just health and fitness. Milena's teaching some Spanish classes, or right? Is it Spanish? No, English second language, right? 30 degrees. I just know we have a lot of classes being offered. I think there's some citizenship classes. You know, some folks are doing some Tai Chi. 60 degrees. $90 degrees. I will go back. All right, now we're going to go behind the back. Okay, let's go left to right. All right, let's go up and down. And then the last one here is going to be just back. All right, just put that away. All right, and let's get your yoga mat ready. Do some stuff on the floor. Working our back stretches now. A little bit closer. Let me see the mat there. All right, next we go with our book openers, which is actually one of my favorites. So I'm going to be laying here on our side. Grab your knees up, hand is extended, other hand is stacked on it. Okay, and we're going to open up. Follow your hand with your eyes. Try to bring your hands back. And then reset. We go for 10 of these. Maybe 10 on each side. Follow your hands with your eyes. Again, don't allow your feet to come off the ground, or your hips, or your knees. Okay. We're going to switch sides. Try and knees up. And stack the hands. Okay. 10. Oh, very good. Okay, our next one is going to be working out similar parts for back, but we're just going to do it in a different manner. And I think some people might see this one being a little bit more advanced. So again, on our back, legs are here, elevated, knees are right above the hips. You're just going to drop the knees to the side, keeping your back and arms flat on the ground. So we'll go about 6 on each side. Very good. Okay, from here, legs are extended. We're going to grab our left knee, bring that up to our chest, with the high knee. Just going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. Switch. Okay. Now we're going to do a back stretch. So we're going to get on our fours here. Okay. Our wrists, hands are right below our shoulders. Our knees are right below our hips. We're going to arch up and then bring your glutes towards your heels. Okay, and if you can, stretch your arms in front of you and drop your elbows. And we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. All right, we're set. Now, without moving our knees or our feet, we're going to shift over off the yoga mat. Maybe, about 1-2 feet to the other side. Again, just with our hands arched up and bring your glutes back to your heels. And now you should feel the stretch on your left side, your left back, your left rib. And set. Now we're going to transition to our left side. Arch up and bring your hips back. All right, very good. I'm just going to do one last stretch for our calves. We're just going to bring our left heel in. Make sure your heel is flat. Make sure your toes can pull back. And If you can't reach for your toes, then grab your ankle or your shin and just pull your chest down as far as you can. All right, we'll switch. Transition here. Right heel in. Left leg out. And reach. All right. And I think we're good for the first of the semester. We don't want to overstretch too much because there is such a thing as overstretching. So I think we're good. I think we hit most of the main points. I'll end this recording